Welcome back to the Dropouts Podcast. You were here with your host, Samaj Sinclair. And to the right of me, we got the one, the only.
Josh Rezz, what's good?
What's going on, my boy? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. How are you?
Can't complain, man. Well, I could complain, but, they say that
waste
shit
energy.
don't help. Yeah,
Right.
So we out here, we trucking, we surviving, dog. You said you was on live last night?
Yes, sir.
2 hours on the live.
I think I went 2.5 hours, almost 3, because you know how like TikTok Live, we have the likes at the top. So I got hungry at about the 2.5 hour mark, and I was like, y'all, I got to stop. I want some Taco Bell. I'm hungry. But they were like, nah, bro, you got to get to 1 million, because I was at like 820.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, all right, let's go. So I powered through it. We made it.
You can't stop when you that close.
Nah. It was the first time. Dude, that was a record breaking.
Hell yeah. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Super sick.
So, what do you do on your lives? Like, for those of you who are not familiar with Josh Rezz, I became a fan of your content, seeing your TikToks, seeing you build the songs, making songs out of like, what's the one that you did?
I've done a few I did some Skrillex.
It was like a kid song. I feel.
Oh,
like.
VeggieTales.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, "Yo, this kid's fucking, he's awesome."
Yes, sir.
And you just be shredding, bro, and you be spinning your head around, like you be lit with it, bro.
I gotta bring the energy, dog. It's all the caffeine.
Pre-workout. Caffeine pre-workout. Okay, but we gonna get into that. But so you was on live last night for a good 2 hours. What was you doing?
So basically, I just do like song requests, really nothing crazy, with little moments of showing off in between.
So you be playing?
Yeah. So yeah, I have like the whole mixer, like backing tracks. Like I put on a show.
Yeah.
Basically.
iRig, or you just be playing out your amp?
So, man, you want to get into that? It depends on how I do it. Because if I'm doing it from my phone, because that's what I did for a long time, I would stream from my phone, like just straight camera quality. But then, I discovered the iRig, and I was like, okay, so I can run my mixer into this, plug my amp into the mixer, run that into my phone, or run that into the iRig into my phone. It was a whole thing. Was doing it that way, but there's also like software, so I can stream to TikTok from my computer, so I can use like my DSLR camera. So, my stream quality got a little better. And,
so I didn't even. So there's levels. So I got the iRig.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a level past that. I be on there like, how the fuck these people?
Yeah. How they do that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought TikTok wasn't allowing that.
They do now.
Hell yeah.
It's relatively new. So
can you stream on multiple places when you're streaming on TikTok, or are they still like just us?
They're pretty stingy.
Yeah.
They have like, because you used to be able to use OBS or like one of the other, like how you'd stream to Twitch. You used to be able to do that. But now you can't even. TikTok doesn't give you a stream key anymore, so you have to use their app to stream there.
Oh, but how do you use your camera? You got to use like a capture card.
Yeah. So I have like one of the Elgato 4K links that plugs into my PC, so I can also use it as a like a webcam if I want to. But yeah, it's a lot of cables.
Okay,
hella.
Hell yeah, that's dope though. So you get on there, do some song requests.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How'd you start playing?
So basically 7th grade, I just had some homies that played, had a little art class where our teacher let us get pretty lit, especially with music.
Pretty lit?
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, she was great. And I was like, I really would like to take part in these little jam sessions. So I was like, let me get on the wave. So like there's this game that's like Guitar Hero, but you use a real guitar, and it had like just come out around that time period. So I was like, let me see if my dad could get me hooked up, since it was around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Got it. Just, I don't know, I just found it fun, the video
Guitar
game.
Hero, but you use a real guitar?
Yeah, it's called Rocksmith.
Okay, that's
super
sick.
Yeah, it makes it really rewarding.
Yeah. So you're like actually learning while you're playing.
Oh yeah.
That's really cool.
It's super sick.
Because like Guitar Hero, you're not really playing.
I'm garbage at Guitar Hero. I can't do it.
Post Malone said he started making music because he loved Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I wouldn't say paved the way, but it got a lot of people into that style.
It definitely opened my eyes to the music.
For sure.
Like there were songs that I've never heard of. I chimed in.
That was on there?
I don't know if it was on there, but I know that song. Now, what song was on there? Fuck, hold on. There's the specifics. There's so many songs on there.
A lot of Slipknot.
It's 5 in the afternoon. Is it 5 or 9?
Bro,
Your
I don't know
eyes
what
are
you're
the
talking about, to be
size
honest.
of the moon. That you do as you can. That you do.
You lost me, bro.
It's 5 in the afternoon.
You might be thinking of Rock Band.
Yeah, those games.
They're the same shit.
They were different games. I was like, wait, hold on. Which came out first, right? Guitar Hero?
I think so.
I was like, Rock Band just literally stole Guitar Hero and added extra instruments.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Guitar Hero started doing it.
See, they were. I've never had it myself. If
Really?
that shows you anything, I've actually never owned a gaming system.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Like still to this day.
I just bought my girlfriend a Switch, so I kind of play it sometimes.
That's crazy. Not even a Wii?
Nah.
You weren't on that Wii Sports?
One time I had a Wii, and then I was like, I ain't play it, and then my boy had a GameCube, and I was like, I'll trade you. And then his mom was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then I kind of looked at her. I was like, you don't want to trade a Wii for a GameCube? And then she was like,
good deal.
She was like, oh, wait, I could still use my GameCube games? I'm like, yeah. I just don't want this Wii. Yeah. Then I had a GameCube for a little bit. And then I think I played it like twice. I just always was making music.
Dude, I hear that. Definitely, I feel you on the GameCube, though. Like, I'm a GameCube guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you had your GameCube?
Oh, yeah.
What were you playing?
Man, so Super Mario Double Dash. Is that what it was? Mario Kart Double Dash? That one. Super Mario Sunshine. You know, I love the Metroid series. I had this game. They remastered it for the Switch, and I just bought it. But it's called Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, right? Get this. It's obviously Tasmanian Tiger, but he has boomerangs. And so you're just going around the outback, just beating people's asses with boomerangs, basically, to summarize it. Dude, super sick. Super sick.
That sounds sick. Yeah. That sounds like something that would be sick in real life.
Yeah.
Just, beating people up with boomerangs.
Yeah. However the science works, they just always come back. You know, I don't really believe in boomerangs. You know, it works for other people.
They work a little bit.
Really?
Okay. Look this up. I'm not kidding. Look it up.
Look it up.
You get, those paint mixing sticks.
Paint mixing sticks, sort of.
So, all right, I wasn't on video games, so I was just on the internet being dumb. So,
Valid.
Paint mixing sticks. You get them at Lowe's. You can get them for free. You got to get the thin ones, not the thick ones. Or maybe with the thick ones, I don't know. But you get the thin ones. You put two of them together, and you rubber band them.
Okay.
It's a boomerang. You go outside, you throw it. They don't come directly back to you always.
They kind of.
But, it's a boomerang. And a part of a boomerang not coming back to you, I think it's just how good you throw it, you know?
Valid.
It's like
Maybe
if you're
I'm
playing,
trash.
like disc golf, you know? You can't be like, this disc don't work. It's like, you just got to know how to throw it to, get it to do what you want it to do.
You play disc golf?
I participate. I'm no good at
Valid.
it. But I'll go out there. I like to play when no one else is on the court because if you want me to get this in 3, I'm not gonna go play. But if I got time, yeah, I'll go out there and play.
Okay.
You play disc golf?
I do.
Yeah,
quite a bit. Actually.
Yeah, I believe that because Preston plays disc golf.
He does.
Shout out to Preston.
Yes, sir. My fucking guy. Love you.
How'd you guys link up?
We went to high school together, but we didn't hang out till after we graduated. I think it was pretty late in the high school.
You went to JM.
I did.
I went to JM.
You went to JM?
Yeah.
When did you graduate?
2016.
Bro, okay, you was long gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Preston because I was in school with his brother. Me and his brother in the same grade.
Okay. Heard.
And then all of a sudden, Travis's little brother's making beats. And then they got fire as fuck. So,
yes, sir.
So hell yeah.
Always.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, though.
Yeah. But all right, I'm sorry. We got way off track.
Yeah, we went down the rabbit hole.
You started playing GarageBand. You started playing the guitar game that you get to do with a real guitar.
That's right.
And then where do we go from there?
So after that, honestly, around that time, I had started making videos. I don't know, Instagram, I guess it had been around a few years, but I wouldn't say it was at its peak. But that's when other than Facebook, that's all there was really, as far as uploading videos. So I was other than YouTube too, but I'm that's too much. So I just started uploading little clips to Instagram, and that was just kind of a way to track my progress and whatnot. So I just kind of kept with it, and then I unintentionally started to build a little bit of a fan base. And so it was like, you know, people were watching me progress and get better, and it was really cool. It's not structured like it is now. I was just kind of dicking around.
Yeah.
And that was it. Until somewhere 4 or 5 years ago, like my Instagram following like just kind of stopped, and I was like, okay. And TikTok was becoming the thing it is now, and I was like, nah, I'm not getting on TikTok. Why the hell would I do that? Fuck that shit. Like, no, you know. So at some point I just started like, you know what, let's try it. Got on TikTok. For some reason I just decided to yell out, I'm gonna learn it, in this video. And I think it was for like, I don't remember what song it was, but it just felt like the right thing to say in the moment. Got some traction, and I was like, all right, this is my series, right? I found my niche. Because that's the thing with like being a content creator now. You have to find your thing that is individual to you, so people will come back. And so being black also helps, playing rock music, because it's still weird to some people for whatever reason. But when you
being black's just dope.
It is dope.
It's a cool thing to do.
It's so cool.
My white friends be like in the sun. Woo. And like just like be like, ow.
That's right.
I was like, oh,
give him like an hour and a half. That's it for him.
Right? Oh my god, I'm sorry.
We're chilling.
But so yeah, being black, playing guitar, people are still that's like another one of your hooks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely though, because like, I mean, I like all sorts of music, you know what I mean? But like when you see, if I saw a black dude doing country music, I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, they're out there. Yeah.
You know, but they're out there. They make their own, you know? So
yes,
like,
sir.
I get that. Hell yeah. I feel like the hair helps.
Dude, I think so too.
I like it.
Because I don't think I could do what I'm doing with the buzz, you know? Like,
you could. It would just look...
It wouldn't hit the same.
Crazy.
Yeah, it would look crazy. Like, there's significantly less movement. You know, it's like there's no momentum almost. I mean, look, shout out to all my bald bass players out there killing it, holding it down. But like, since I make my videos by myself, you know.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, unless I was making GoPro footage, like some POVs.
That'd be crazy. I used to have my hair like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone through so many dread phases, but now I'm in my braids phase. But my first set of dreads started with a flat top. I had a flat top, and then it went into dreads. Nice. And then I was growing them out. Then they were getting long, and I was fucking swinging them around.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
It's next level. Yeah. Honestly, the only reason that my hair is not the way it is, not the only reason I don't wear it like that these days is because like when I'm fighting, like. If I fucking get hit, sometimes I don't get hit.
Yeah.
But my hair just be making everything look dramatic. Like I'd be like this, and then my hair's like, and then like, oh, they got him, and I'm like, but he didn't.
But he didn't.
But like it looks like it, and that's what you doing. You watching to make a decision. So. But
it still looks really sick though.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But valid.
Long hair. I feel like even if you did shave your head, you would still be a long hair guy. Like it's an energy.
It is an energy. You're absolutely correct. You can tell who had long hair at one point.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Is this have you cut your hair before and grew it out again?
No, I will never. Like that is what I always tell people, my mom included. Like, no, I'm not cutting my hair ever. I have a bean head. You know, like if you go far enough down in my catalog. On Instagram, see. Yeah, you'll find it, and you'll be like, "Yep, Rezz was a good decision."
Your mom wants you to trim them?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, she actually came through the other week and was like, she showed me like one picture from me in high school and was like, you should go back to this. I'm like, no, I can't. It's too late.
Yeah.
I'm a long hair bro. I'm certified now.
Right.
I can't go back.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm swinging it. Like
now, if I wanted to start, like, you know how people will do something like really outlandish to get hype. If I just all of a sudden like I cut my hair, guys.
Like, Yeah. If you like drop a album.
Yeah. Delete everything.
I've always thought about it. I was like, I'm glad I didn't. At one point, I did think about going short hair route and just dyeing it crazy colors because I used to have the crazy colored beard.
I saw that, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, that was good for TikTok too because people would be like, why is it beard?
I was kind of like hoping to see it,
Yeah, I haven't been doing it recently because so I train martial arts and that involves so much sweating. So it would just like I would just have to redo it more than I had time to. So I was looking fresh for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I would have 2 weeks of me just looking like I was aging.
Damn.
You know, because I would bleach it, but then after a while,
true.
like when the colors are fading, because I bleach it blue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bleach it then dye it blue, but then when the colors are fading, now I just like, is it gray? Is he trying to like hide the gray?
Yeah.
And then, but that was also helpful too, because people on TikTok were like, "How old is he?" You know, I had like a real ambiguous age thing going.
Yeah, a little mystery.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I still go with it. I don't tell people how old I am. I'm kidding. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
But like, if they hear this, they'll be like, "How old is he?" They won't know.
Valid. You know, I was trying to guess because I was like, okay, you graduated in 2016.
Yeah.
And so you're probably like a good 3.5 years older than me, probably.
Yeah.
I told you I'm 22.
Oh yeah. So about I'm 25.
Okay.
Yeah. Ah, damn. I hope you guys were Googling it before I said that. You got me. You cracked the code. I didn't see that one coming.
Got you, bro. I pay attention.
Sometimes. So you said you like the caffeine.
I do a lot.
What you be drinking?
All right, so we're gonna have to go back to high school real quick because it started with Monster Energy. I had a massive can collection, every flavor, on display. You know, I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Hell yeah.
So I was on that wave for a very long time. Still am, you know, sort of, but I'm more of a rain guy now. But what did me in is when I discovered pre-workout, right? And it's to the point where even if I'm not working out, you know, I just need to have energy consistently throughout the day. Take a scoop. You know what I mean?
You be dry scooping.
I don't dry scoop. I'm not one of them. Okay?
That'd be sick.
Nah.
If you dry scoop, not even in the gym, like you just be like,
bro,
12 o'clock. That'd be fucking.
Bro, not 300 milligrams, bro. I don't want a heart attack,
bro.
No.
So, you look like you're in shape. You be lifting?
I do.
Hell yeah.
I try.
Hell yeah. But you got what's your like routine? You got like a split. Or you just be vibing.
So push pull legs.
Okay.
But usually with legs, I hit shoulders. Or sometimes I just don't do legs. Sometimes just push pull shoulders. Like you know, because I hate leg day.
So when you say that, is that like a split or is that what you do like every day?
It's a split. So
okay. You gotta fill me in. I don't lift as much. I go show you how to punch shit. But
yeah. Which hey, I'm with that too. I'd love to start boxing because people say I look like Michael B. Jordan a little bit. So I'm like, you know, I like the Creed movies. You know, I like Black Panther, so I mean, shit, if I could box, like, you know, that'd be cool. But,
hell yeah.
As far as the split, pretty much so push, you know, that's like your chest, tricep. Some shoulder in there, you know, front delts. Basically anything you push with. Focus those muscles one day. Next day is pull. What I hit today is my favorite. Your back, biceps, kind of sort of rear delts, which is, you know, shoulders. And then, yeah, it's basically back.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, what workout's gonna do? Like, if you're pushing something,
rows,
like push them.
Rows.
And then the next day, it's like, what do I do? Like, yo, opposite direction.
Yeah.
He's doing some
weighted
chest.
pull-ups.
Do some. Okay. Okay.
Then you know legs, obviously, but I don't like legs. Hate it.
Yeah, me too. But like, man, they're so important.
They are.
They're so important.
You walk on them.
Yeah, like they be getting tired. That's why it's like I hate doing legs because you know you do arms, you don't gotta lift nothing for the rest of the day.
Yeah, using your arms is optional. If I just went too crazy on my hamstrings, it doesn't matter. You still gotta go up 3 flights of stairs to get to your apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Nah.
Right.
I've been through that.
And society doesn't care. You can't be like my legs. They'll be like, what happened? I was working them. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
they don't care.
You.
It doesn't slow down for you.
Imagine calling out of work. Like, I went too hard on
I've done
yesterday.
I've done it.
That's real as fuck.
I had to. You know, I had to look out for myself.
That's
you know
real
what I'm saying?
You were like, yo, I went so hard that I'm not coming in.
Now, I didn't tell them that.
But that's what happened.
You make it sound more dramatic. Like I pulled something. Or, you know, just wasn't feeling it. Sometimes I don't give them a reason. I'm just like, you know, not feeling it today. Mental health day, whatever.
Where you work?
I'm a welder.
Oh shit!
At Owens Corning.
That's such a wild thing to do. Not
it's
like
sick.
Like you know, like where do you work? It's like I work blah, blah, blah. Like you be welding shit. Like you be like putting metals together.
It makes sense though. You know, metal music. You know, fuse metal together. You know
that's funny. You be all
comes
metal.
Full circle.
That's funny as fuck. What's your band name?
Reverse the Hollowing.
Oh, okay.
Hollowing. HOLLOWING. People get it wrong all the time.
What's the significance of the name?
So I like this game called Dark Souls a lot. Okay, and so I was playing it one day, and there's this like thing you do where, without getting too much into the backstory, you're like an undead knight guy, basically. It's like back in the day, medieval. And you collect humanity throughout the game. So when you rest at these things called bonfires, where you get like your health back, you can do what's called reverse hollowing, and makes you human, and you can do multiplayer and all this cool stuff.
Oh shit.
So I was just kind of like, we could slap a "the" in there, and then we have a band name. You know, verb to noun. Standard, you know, what they call metalcore. You know, standard metalcore name. So it sounded cool. Ran with it.
Hell yeah.
That's about it.
What makes metalcore?
It's oh my god, subgenres. So my interpretation is the metal riffs, and then you have the sung, almost pop-ish choruses. It's kind of the fusion of, technically it's the fusion of pop or punk and metal, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess nowadays it's like you have the metal riffs, you have the screamies, and then you always have a chorus that's sung, and it's all like cool.
Pretty, and they're like,
yeah,
and then they're like, oh,
exactly, just like that.
I like that shit.
That is, I mean, and you know, it's evolving. You know, things change over time, but that's like the best definition I can give you.
Yeah, you be screaming.
I've tried. You know, I've dabbled in the past, but you know, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
I can like come up with a melody in my head. I can like write lyrics, but I can't execute.
How do they do it? Can you try?
Can I try?
Yeah.
Do like a scream?
Like a oh.
Like a that whole thing? It's like a what it's been told to me. Imagine you're taking a shit. It's like a sigh. It's like a like, you know, like when you're frustrated. Yeah, you just push it.
Really Am I good at it?
Yeah. You should start a band. Yeah. Guest feature.
Yeah, put me on.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. It's like a sigh. Imagine you're mad. Like, you're like, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. A little less throat, though, because then you might, like, hurt yourself. You don't want to cough up blood or nothing.
No, I'm actually just trying to shit myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
It worked a little.
That was the goal.
That was the goal.
Respect.
Yeah. I'm good.
Respect.
I'm good. Nah, I got the powers. I could reverse it.
You can reverse it? Like, just...
That's what you just happened.
Back up the shoot. Hell yeah.
You can hear it? I'll do it again.
Impressive.
I guess that's the opposite of
It's like a inhale. Yeah.
Yeah, like an aggressive inhale.
Those are really bad for you, by the way. Like for your vocal cords, like inhaling like that. And
yeah.
That's like apparently really bad for you.
Oh,
Fun
shit.
fact.
Why do you know that specifically?
No fucking clue.
Like one day where you just
I have a lot of friends that are vocalists, and so sometimes I'll do like that, like as a joke.
And they're like, stop.
Yeah.
It's like when you're boxing and like you do that shit without like wrapping your hands, and your coach is like, you're gonna ruin them.
Yeah. That.
That's dope.
Exactly.
That's good that you have friends that be looking out for your vocal cords.
Oh yeah. You know, got to look out for the homies. You know, because I have to talk at least. You know. Fortunately, I'm not a vocalist, so I don't have to worry about it as much. You know, I don't need throat coke and all that shit. But throat coke,
Coat.
Throat coke.
Coke.
It's a beverage.
Okay, I
It's
did
like
hear
a tea.
you.
It's not Coke, but it's called that for whatever reason. I think it is throat coke, right? Anyway, it's like
I don't know.
So if you have friends that are singers, right, they'll probably know what this is, right? You always drink it before you're doing vocal takes or whatever,
Coke.
and I guess it's supposed to like lube up the vocal cords or whatever.
Yeah.
I think. I don't really get it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds so fucking kinky though. Throat coke.
Low key.
That's crazy. I feel like it works the same way. Fucking
shit, maybe.
You give a shorty some throat coke. That's crazy. I got a song called Throat Goat.
Throat Goat?
Yeah.
You know, I think I listened to that on the way over.
It's
Did you make a reel of it? Was it that one?
I don't know. I have so many songs. I'll show you some of them.
Shit, yeah.
Actually, like I'm a maniac, so
really,
yeah. So like for example, this podcast is a little like behind, not behind, but like we already have episodes for like next year. You know,
oh shit.
Like we're so ahead of the game. So with music,
got a backlog.
The backlog for music's ridiculous sometimes. So some days I just make weird shit, and one of those days were Throat Goats. And I love punk shit, right? I like that hard shit. So my shows, so like, all right, some of the shows we did like R&B shows, we did the Kumbayas, but we also had the mosh pits, you know what I mean? Or like motherfuckers just leaving with nosebleeds, and we were like,
let's go, dude.
let me take a picture, you feel me? So like, I like to do music that's like that. That's why. That's another reason I was interested in your shit too, because I was like, man, I love it. But I don't do the screaming. I just can't.
Just start, learn.
I inhaled wrong. I shit
Don't
myself.
inhale, just exhale, bro.
Shit myself last time.
What
I
you were
tried.
doing the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it out.
Go for it.
You gotta let me. You gotta put me on a feature.
Bro, say less.
Hell
less.
yeah.
I'm with it. Let's collab.
So do you make any of your own music? You say you're in a band.
Yeah.
Were you always in a band?
Actually, no. So I was doing like solo music for a while before the band became official. It was like, I think it was shitty, but some people dug it, you know, because I took it all off Spotify. But it was
what kind of stuff were you doing?
Man, it was this really sad, like in my feels, high school, like guitar only music. I think I had a breakdown solo section kind of thing in one song, but everything else was like really simple, sad guitar stuff. And that was it. And with really shitty album covers I made on Canva.
Damn, man.
Yeah, dude.
You're shitting on it. I kind of want it. I'm interested. I love shit like that.
It was cringe.
Were you like, was it like emotional? Like you weren't screaming, you were singing?
There was like no vocals. It was instrumental. I was just sad.
That's even cooler.
It's even cooler? You think so?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Bro, one of my album covers, like, my ex wrote me this note, and so I was like, I'm going to make this album cover because that's so creative, right? So I took it, you know, snapped a photo of it on my Galaxy S4.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, you know, edited a little bit, put a nice, what's the shit called where it, like, it's a circle and everything else is blurry outside of the circle?
Focus?
It starts, I think so.
Something.
I thought it started with a V. Some I can't pronounce. But anyway, I just slapped that on there.
Viagra. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. This episode is sponsored. No, I'm kidding. Fucking,
my shirt, Raid Shadow Legends.
Give me the fucking money. You know, I'll fucking sponsor a Blue Chew.
Bro, would you?
Yeah, I'd take
Hell
one.
Really?
I want to try one day.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know if this needs to be said, but I'm gonna say it. So like, I want to make like molds of my dick. You know what I mean? To like gift to people. And but I'm like,
hell yeah.
I feel like I just get distracted doing it. You feel me? So I feel like, I don't wanna waste it. So I feel like I gotta just like get the chew.
Yeah.
So that like, you know, it's just like a.
Get the mold at 100%.
Yeah, you feel
Respect.
me? Yeah. Like I'm not gonna like make it a regular thing, but just for like,
you're making history.
Just for the one time. Yeah.
Dude, all right. If you do that, I want one. I won't
one?
use it. But,
Okay.
you know, I'll have it on display in the back.
So I've actually been
LEDs.
thinking about like making them in candles or anything.
Oh, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Where do you go to?
So many options. Clone a Willy.
So you've already done this research.
Yeah. I was walking through Spencer's one day.
Oh
and
my
Clone a
god.
Willy, and I was like, whoa! And they come with like skin colors. I was like, you got a black one? And then she was like, nah, you got to go to the other location. And I was like,
That's crazy.
okay. So then I went to the other location and I got one, and I was like, should I try this?
Nice.
And one day I was gonna try it, but like you gotta like warm shit up, and like it was a lot of stuff. I was moving around and I was like, yo, like the last thing I want to do is like be bricked up right now. Like I'm reading instructions and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cop the chew with it. And I just haven't done it yet.
But you still have the Clone of Willy.
It's just like they're liquids. They're like liquids that like, there's a tube and some liquids, and then you know you stick your thing in the tube, and then it solidifies, and then you have a mold, and now you can fill it with whatever thing. It's just like hollows it out essentially.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
and it seemed messy, you know, like that's something you got to do some like manscaping for. If Manscaped also wants to double
Facts.
sponsor this,
I need one.
Yeah, you know, I feel like maybe one day. I'm planning on it. I think I'm gonna do it before the end of the year.
Word.
Have them out.
Hell yeah.
I gotta think of like, you know, candles. Candles was a good one.
Candles. Fucking like a wax warmer. Like
wax warmer.
No, not like the warmer, but like the wax that you can put in the wax warmer.
Yeah.
But it's your dick.
The whole that'd be,
you know what I mean?
That'd be sick. Oh man, nah, I gotta do my balls for that. Like just balls, just fucking balls.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know where this was gonna go, but I'm glad it went here. Like I feel like I needed to get that off my chest.
Absolutely, it has to happen at some point, because you know, dick and balls.
Yeah, you know. And these, like I said, we got the back catalog, so by the time this comes out, hopefully, like, links in the description.
Facts.
That'd be fucking
Blue Chew?
crazy. No, to the clones. If Blue Chew wants to sponsor me in the future, do you know?
So go on and hit them up in preparation for when this drops.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you know, maybe we do a collab, something. Yeah, I used to want to be an OF model.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you? You already got the cheetah print.
I did for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
live your truth, bro.
I just realized that I can make so many bigger bags. I did it, and then I started like doing like other jobs and realizing like, fuck, people are willing to pay me. Like I realized like, yo, if I play my cards right, like as a musician, fighter, podcaster, like I could get that JCPenney check. So I was like, I'm gonna play the long game, you know. And then the first, which wasn't bad, but the first like, you know, few months of it was just like a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes
being real aggressive. And I'm just like, yo, first off, no.
They're jealous.
No. Like they were fans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like nice. they just felt dangerous.
Gotta keep the well-being in check, my guy.
They wanted to see my toes and shit.
Ooh,
you know?
I mean, I feel like that's easy.
It is easy.
You know?
They wanted me to like sit weird. Yeah, you know, I was just like, you know what? This was different in my head, and I was like, I'm not really trying to converse. You know.
Have you ever had any like request audio from you?
Request audio?
Yeah, like I've heard like, you know, I have friends that make content, and they're like, yeah, this dude wanted me to like say things or say like, yeah, I'm like a high schooler or like some weird shit. Like I'm like, dude, what?
I've never had any request audio. That sounds pretty sick, but like the fucking high school thing sounds a little weird.
Or like, yeah, I just turned 18 or something that's teetering on the line. You know what I mean? I'm like, yikes, bro.
What do you think about that? Why do you think that's a thing? Why do people like that?
You know, that's a question I've never been asked before. I don't know. Why? Got any theories? I don't know, man. Like, the human brain's a weird thing.
It is.
You know, and apparently, like, there's a neurological reason why people like feet, or like why some do. You know, it's like a brain thing.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think like the receptors in your brain for your feet are right next to your genitalia or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like how the receptors in the brain for like love, but also violence. You know what I mean? Like when you see something cute, you just want to fucking squeeze it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like but those are like opposite things. But like people I can like. That 18 thing, I don't know that like specifically, like I never fully got it. I don't know. I feel like the only reason it makes sense to me is if you're like old and your wife is fucking old, and you like met her when she was young, and you were like,
damn,
when you were fucking young.
Can we run that back? But like you can't.
You can't.
Potentially, you know. I don't know.
Science is crazy these days. There's this guy on, who's using. He's using his son's DNA because it's his son, but he's using it to like reverse his aging, so he's like making himself like supplements, and he looks
it works
he looks he looks like he doesn't I don't want to say he looks young, but he looks like, I don't know how old you are. You either look young for your age or you look old for a young guy. But like, you know,
that's better, I guess. Yeah, than just being old. You know?
If he started it earlier, maybe.
True.
Maybe it would.
Maybe he's too far gone.
Yeah. Also, he was a Caucasian male, you know. And it wasn't, you know, like black don't
like
crack.
Us.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
That's
like, right. You know, I think they just need more test subjects before like we could say if this is like an actual thing or not. But but maybe.
Well, guess you know, time will tell. You know, it could be like a thing like in the future. Fucking, have you seen what is it? Altered Carbon? Have you seen that show on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like it's a future thing where it's like your body is just like a sleeve, and your consciousness is in this little disc that goes in the back of your neck. So when you die, you just get put into another body.
I saw the Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, I've seen all of them.
With the astronauts?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Weird.
That shit
Weird.
Pissed me off.
How would you feel about that?
Which side? Which one?
Oh, true. Like, would you...
First off,
Damn.
You can't use my body.
Facts.
Second, like, I get it. His like wife was like murdered. I don't know. Oh, don't get in my body. That's weird.
Nah, that'd be too weird.
Yeah, like don't. You can't just. No, it's mine. Oh, fuck you. No, you can't just use my body. It's weird. It makes me uncomfortable thinking about it.
Would you let your homie, like, borrow you, like? Well, no. I guess
my homie, like, maybe but he
homie?
wasn't. They weren't homies. They were coworkers.
True. Yeah, I guess that relationship is different. But like, I guess for context for the viewers, so like this dude, you know, they're in space. They're in a space station, but they're able to. They have like a cybernetic version of themselves back on Earth, and they can go in and out of that version of themselves
with
in this little thing.
Card.
Yeah, a little memory card. So, like, at somewhere, like, this dude, he let his homie, like, use his body and was trying to hit on his wife.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
How you gonna, like, I let you use my body, now you gonna try to get on my shorty?
Facts.
Crazy.
But is that technically cheating, though?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
So it's not a body thing, it's a mental thing?
Yeah, 100%. Because, like, if your shorty pulled up in another person's body...
True.
Like... You still, I guess, pipe your shorty and not be cheating. Like, yeah, you're in a different body, but it's still you. Like, still I'm dating you. Now, I'm not dating your body. Like, you know,
Facts.
in this life that we live, like, we are stuck in these bodies for now. Like, there's not a way to do that. But the thing that fucked me up about the episode is why the fuck didn't you just send the fucking fake bodies to space and just have a bunch of different fucking astronauts hopping in them? You know, had some extra ones in storage.
True.
Like, they didn't need to, like, fucking do that.
But they said they were real expensive, though. So, I guess money was a problem.
Real expensive, so then you just leave it on Earth where people can literally cut them up and fuck with them.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
NASA needs money.
They need money.
Get the fuck out of here. It, like, the episode, I'm not gonna lie, that episode pissed me off.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, they didn't need to send the body there. He out of pocket for fucking trying to get with homie wife. And then the fucking ending. I
hate the way Black Mirror ends their shit.
At first, I thought he was going to leave bro in space. And I was like, that's quite an ending. I was like, I should have expected that. I was like, he about to go back, pretend to be him, and just live life regular, not tell his wife that, like, it's actually him. And then he's like, lets him, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they don't even show you what happens after that?
Nope. Do you know how many Black Mirror episodes could be a full movie? Like, or like a full, like, limited Netflix original series or
all of them, bro.
All of them.
When he pulled the chair out at the end, like, sit down, we'll talk. What the fuck? Yeah. That was weird. That's fucking weird.
Weird.
Like, Black Mirror is so weird, but life is weird, you know?
Life is weird. And Life is Strange. Great game, by the way.
Life is Strange?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Oh, okay.
You just said Life is weird and that, you know.
Life is Strange.
ADHD,
I thought you were saying
say
great name, and like, I was like, oh shit, is there like... Are we naming something right now? And I was like, I like that name.
Life is weird.
Life is weird.
A spinoff.
I do like that was cool.
That was sick. Yeah. Musician things.
Life is weird, but life is dope. Like,
it is dope. I agree.
It's better than not life, and I think, man, what's your thoughts on like life before life or the afterlife?
Let's see. All right, we're going down this path. Okay.
We're in the rabbit hole.
Shit, dude.
We're in the conspiracy part.
Let's fucking go, man. As far as the afterlife goes, like, I'll answer it this way. I would like to believe that, like, you know, I don't think we're here by coincidence, right? That, like, all of my struggles that I've been through and that I've overcome or am working to overcome were for nothing. You know, I think there's order to things. I think there's, like, a higher power. There's a plan. There is something. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what anybody believes in, I don't think we're just drifting in space. And so as far as what we die, like, when we die, shit, man, I don't know. I'm kind of like a person that's kind of like, okay, like, the afterlife can be what you believe it is, you know? Like, what if it's totally an individual thing? Like, you believe in heaven? Cool. You know?
It's all up to you.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm not a person that likes to tell people what to believe or what I think they should believe or whatever, because, you know, I hated that, and that is an energy that I give out, which is why, like, I talk about it when I'm asked about it. So here we are. But personally, man, I don't know. And thinking about it gives me anxiety. So I just kind of, like, vibe with it. All I know is, like, while I'm here, I'm going to be a cool ass dude, and
in case
I'm gonna lean with it, rock with it, you know, just in case. Nah, bro, it's just the way to go, bro. Like, there's too much hurt in this world already.
Facts.
And I am not a person that wants to add to it. Mm-hmm. Just because, you know, I've been on the receiving end. That shit sucks, dude. Like I was saying before, like, you know, I'm black and I play metal music. Not everybody likes that. Somebody in stream last night was like, yo, this isn't hip hop. Like, you know, kind of subtle jabs there, but, like, I know what you're trying to get at. But, you know, I just want, you know, to get to a point in life where it's like everybody can express themselves the way they want and not be judged for it, you know. And shit, man, if I can contribute to that, hell yeah, I'm with it.
So how does that let's go on that and let's touch on that a little bit, the anxiety, mental health shit, but also specifically about the being a black guy doing this shit, because, like, I mean, I know you've gotten the thing, like, you don't sound black. You know, I've gotten that. I've heard that before.
Bro.
So, like,
the Xbox days, bro.
Oh, yeah.
When I was meeting homies online, you know? And I'm talking, I'd be just internet friends on Xbox Live with them for fucking years. And then, you know, I'd add them on Snapchat at some point. Then they'd be like, yo, you're black? I'm like, yeah. Shit, my fault. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, man. I don't know why my black accent just never developed. You know,
and then
I think
Josh. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. My last name's White, dog.
Josh White.
I was set up.
You were. That's crazy.
Like, literally and then it's like I was raised around a lot of white people. You know, all of my family. So my dad's job, he got a job in Virginia, so I was born up there. But all of our family members are in Alabama. So we were, like, in this pretty, like, country town-ish. Went to a Methodist church. A lot of white people, you know, majority. You know, my best friend next door in our apartment complex, white guy. I did have one black friend growing up. And then I had another Indian friend. But that was, like, it. Everything else, white people. So came down here, same situation just about, you know. And then on top of that, I was homeschooled. So I really wasn't exposed to much else. I was homeschooled up until, like, 7th grade. Then I went to a charter school, and then, you know, that's where guitar happened. But yeah, man, like, it makes sense how I turned out this way, looking back at it. And it's one of those things where I didn't realize, like, not everybody views me the way I view myself. Because, like, I don't think of myself like I'm a black guy. You know, like, when you ask me who I am, I'm like, I'm Josh, I'm a guitar player, I do this, I think I'm cool, whatever. But what I've learned fairly recently is, like, not everybody, the racial stigma is still there, you know, with some individuals. And, you know, like, I could be walking by, like, somebody somewhere, some white person, like, you know, you give the nod, you know, or the whatever, you know, when you're walking by, that's just kind of the gesture, right? But have you had somebody look at you, you do that, and then they do nothing and keep walking?
You a white guy?
Yeah. You know?
Like, fucking racist shit?
Well, usually I'm like, oh, they didn't see me. You know, I probably did it too late. The timing was off, right? But then,
it was me.
Dude, I think I was in Florida. I was on vacation somewhere. We blocked eyes for a second. You know, I give them the, you know, the whole, you know, that whole thing. You know, yeah. I'm awkward. I don't know what to do with my fucking face sometimes. So I'm like, okay, I did that. Looked at me, looked away, and kept going. And I was like, I know you fucking saw me. And so that's where I kind of woke up like, okay. Some people are like, darky and, you know, whatever, something like that, darky. You know? like as if they're above me or something. And I was like, okay, yeah, some people genuinely look at us still to this day, like, okay, no, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Man, it's one of those things I had to wake up to, because, like, I just think I'm a guy, but some people look, and, you know, obviously that's learned behavior. Their parents were probably like that, and their parents' were probably like that, you know? And ain't nothing I can do. But, you know, I ain't going to let it change me. I'm going to still be cool to everybody, but really, because I'm black? Really? For real?
Yeah.
Like, dog, like, I think I'm pretty cool if you just talk to me, but, you know, if me being a little tan, it turns you off, I can't help you.
Yeah, some people are just assholes.
Yeah.
I experienced stuff like that too, because you know, I'm aware of how I look, you know, regardless of how I may sound, how I may view myself, blah blah blah. Not like I don't identify as a black person. Obviously I do. Yeah. But like, so for me it's interesting, because like I don't really have, like you said earlier, black scent, but it's because my family's Jamaican, so like when they speak patois, like, because if my mom have a black scent, it don't really sound like, you know, like a regular type of thing, you know what I mean? I'm not, you know, it's different. Dude. So it's just like when I speak English like properly, it's just like, yo, it's just like, I don't know.
Have you had anybody say like, oh, you speak so proper?
Yeah, and I'd be like, bro, the fuck? That's,
what
like,
the fuck?
Dog, what you mean? like, yeah, it's definitely weird. And I've gotten a lot, like, especially growing up, you know what I mean? Because, like, so my family's from, like, you know, we lived in the hood. We lived in Patterson, New Jersey type shit. But I went to school in Clifton because, so I went to, like, a Catholic school. But the Catholic school I went to, like, in the hood, like, there were so little people that actually went to the school, they closed it down.
Damn.
It was, like, a school from elementary to middle, like pre-K to middle.
Yeah.
There were 80 kids. 80. Yeah, like, wow. I didn't realize how small. Like, whenever there were a bunch of kids somewhere, like, I was one of the younger kids, so I didn't realize like how little kids were actually there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to like close that shit down. And then I went to the school a town over. A lot of white people that were there. And I feel like I never really got like, so like, all right, for example, when I first moved to North Carolina, I did not fuck with Mac Miller. I love Mac Miller now.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the greatest.
Facts.
But I ain't fuck with Mac Miller because I was like on my 50 Cent shit, because I was like, yo, this is wrong. Like, that's what I would learn. And then I started hearing it, and I was like, no, it's just not. Well, first time I heard it, I was like, yo, is he serious? Like, this is so friendly. But then after a while, I was like, oh, it's okay to be friendly. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But yeah, so I guess we kind of had like similar upbringings in a way, you know, definitely like being. So what is that? I guess, how was that for you? Like looking around and not seeing a lot of people who could identify with you as an individual, as like a young black man. And even because like, bro, I for example, one time when I was living in New Jersey, I went to a school, Parsippany.
Yeah.
I was like the only black kid in my homeroom type shit.
Oh damn.
Like a lot of the black kids were cool, but like I remember at first like they just wanted me to be cool with this other guy because he was a black kid. And I was like, yo,
he looked just like you, bro. Like what?
And then
let me put you on.
What's funny is I found out he didn't fuck with me.
Oh shit.
Because he was kind of like, that was his thing. Like he grew up there, and then I was a new guy, and then they were like, I don't know. I think I was too flashy. He was just like,
it ain't for everybody, bro.
Yeah, but we ended up being cool after.
Word.
One day he was drunk and he told me that. Like, I didn't even know he didn't like me. He was like, bro, I used to not fuck with you, bro. And I was like,
that's a great time to say it.
I was like, what? He was like, yeah, bro, you're just the other black guy who didn't fucking like you, but you're pretty cool. And I was like,
thanks.
I was like, yo, I thought we were cool this whole time.
For real, bro. Would not have known.
But yeah, I definitely got that. So what was that like for you?
For me, like, it wasn't something I realized till later on, dude. Yeah. Like, because again, like,
well, no one told you.
No one's like, not really.
Well,
like,
what about your family? What's your family like?
You know, because I don't have siblings. It's just me, mom, dad. That's it, right? And we're in Virginia, and everybody else is in Alabama, and you know we go visit them or whatever. But like, when we're with them, and then when we're back home, I'm just at home because I'm homeschooled, or you know, the only other time I have social time is like church. Or that was kind of a fever dream. I don't remember doing much else, but I had my one white friend next door, Ben, my boy. But we never really got into racial discussions, really. So I never understood what that truly meant until a little later. And that's part of why, like, I don't view myself, like, different from other people. Because, again, like, you know, when I talk to people, I'm judging based off of your character. And that's, like, it, dog. Like, if you're cool, I'm cool. Like, whatever.
I notice black people more than white people. Yeah, 100%. I think because I grew up in situations where there was like a lot of white people around.
Right.
Like, I didn't notice I was the only black kid there because I couldn't see. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see the optics of it.
Right.
But like now, if I'm in a situation where there is like only a black person there, like I do see.
Yeah. See,
But,
now I'm more conscious of it.
Yeah. Also, something you said, because I I have siblings on my dad's side and on my mom's side.
Word.
So I did spend a lot of time alone, and I watch a lot of TV.
Word.
And I think this is just how people talk on TV a lot of the times.
That could be it too.
I think that does play a part for like, because when you said like only child thing, I was like, oh, okay.
True.
Yeah.
That,
like,
you know, damn.
You're learning a lot of things from media, and media doesn't show everything.
You're right.
So, and you're a product of your environment, and you know what I mean?
Facts. I didn't think about the TV element. That probably had something to do with it too.
Sweet Life, Zach and Cody.
Oh, dude, yeah. But that wasn't, for me, wasn't until later. Like, growing up, like, when we were in Virginia, we didn't have cable till we moved down here. So then I got on the Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, whatever. Was never allowed to watch SpongeBob, though, so I missed out on that wave. But
religious reasons?
Yeah, I guess. Or they didn't want me to turn out like the public school kids, I guess.
I
don't know.
I know people don't like people watching kids watching SpongeBob. I never got it watching the show. In theory, I get it. Like, Mr. Krabs lives in the Bikini Bottom, and they have like some inappropriate jokes.
Yeah.
Like, even just calling it the Bikini Bottoms, like, all right.
Yeah.
Haha.
Like, haha.
Mr. Krab sells Krabby Patties.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of weird in that sense. And fucking, there was an episode when SpongeBob and Patrick were raising a clam.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit.
Yeah. I've seen some clips of that one.
But, like, I feel like overall, like, how did parents even know that you weren't allowed to watch that? Like, who told them?
You know what I think it was? Do you remember, like, those super, like, for lack of a better word, like, evangelistic preachers? Like, the ones you see on TV?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they'd be like, no cap, this SpongeBob thing, gotta shut that shit down, bro. And the parents are like, hell yeah. They said what?
These super evangelist preachers, they're like, yo, SpongeBob's not fucking it.
Nah.
That's fucked up, bro. I feel like SpongeBob's pretty cool.
I think so, but I'm just like, at this point, I'm too old. I'm like,
oh, you never got back on?
Nah.
There's some good ones. There's some honorable mentions.
Word?
Yeah, like when Squidward like ate too many Krabby Patties.
Oh shit!
And it all went to his thighs.
I have seen that. Dude, that meme is fucking everywhere, or it was.
Bro, but the episode, like, the memes everywhere, because, like, in context, it's like, this is fucking, because Squidward never ate a Krabby Patty.
Oh, that was, like, his thing? He just never had one?
He never ate one. He worked at the Krusty Krabs for years and never had a Krabby Patty.
Damn.
And then they were like, try it, and he was like, no, gross. And then he tried one and was like, see, this is disgusting. And then he goes home and then breaks into the Krusty Krab and eats all the Krabby Patties.
Oh, goddamn.
And then SpongeBob, after all that, SpongeBob's like, so you do like Krabby Patties?
Yep. Sounds about right.
Oh, shit.
That's wild.
I was at a church recently.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers... All right, I'm at a church recently, and this guy's preaching about how you should just stick to Christ and don't worry about no other shit. You know, and I was like, okay. Let me keep listening.
Okay.
Then he goes, some people want to be athletes and musicians, and all that is a distraction from Christ. And I was like,
oh, shit.
I was like, that's a
hot take.
A bold statement there, sir. And then he proceeds to go, you think you're going to be famous? You think you're going to be a successful actor, actress, musician? You won't!
Wow.
And literally, bro, screams it like that, bro. And I'm literally like, me and my girl are like, what the fuck? And that wasn't the last time we went to church together, but that was one of the last times that was the last time we went to that church. Yeah. I was like, yo.
Understandably so.
And she was like, yeah, I grew up with this guy. Nothing like this has ever happened.
Wow.
And I remember, it's crazy. I grew up in a church.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah,
You
I
get it.
it.
It'd be
That's
weird.
why I did VeggieTales. That was like, for all the homies with a little bit of
I
religious
forgot
trauma.
that VeggieTales had anything to do with religion.
Very much so.
I thought it was just a child cartoon because I saw it just like every other cartoon.
Yeah.
I didn't even click that I watched that shit in church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I remember once I was in church and they were blessing the students who were about to go back to college because they were like, when they start learning science, they start thinking that. I remember one time like my church was like tripping about the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And was like, that's the fucking devil. Like, we got to be careful sending our kids to school. And I was just like, it made me think back about like, I'm like, I could see how like back in the day, like scientists were like this shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Like where you could be like, she's a witch. And then like, they'd be like, let's see if she drowns. And then she drowns. And they were like, maybe she wasn't.
Like, oops.
Literally, oops. That's crazy.
Yikes.
Damn. Imagine you could just do that to shorties now. Like your girl tripping or it don't work out and you just start telling people like, yo, she's a witch.
Like, yo, she's a Pisces. Get her.
You believe in zodiacs? What's yours?
I think it's interesting. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, I could tell.
Dude, I've become more recently, I'm like, some of this shit holds up. I was in denial for a long time and I'm like,
such a Capricorn thing.
Right?
I say that about everybody's thing. They'd be like, I'm this. I'm like, makes sense. They'd be like, what does that mean? I'm like,
it's something I take into account.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What are the traits of a Capricorn that you're like, damn, I can't deny this?
Damn, what were they? I kind of like wasn't listening, but like I just remembered that they were like kind of right, and my brain was like no. But I guess the intuitive nature, the like being very animated, I believe. My friend like sent me screenshots of my fucking star chart. I don't remember what my rising, all that shit is. I'll have to refer to my PDF I was sent, but basically how I am, pretty much. It hit almost everything on the head. But I'm not aggressive though. I guess that's a thing sometimes. Like I don't know how to express anger. I was never allowed to, so I like don't. Which is why I make metal music. But
that's deep. You said you were never allowed to. Yeah. What's that? What do you mean by that?
Oh shit, bro. I was raised in a way where it's like, all right, your feelings, that's crazy, but like it's our way or the highway, bro. Like go pray about it. Like it was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or that's how it felt to me, and that's how I took it. So I was like, I'm gonna just bottle this shit up in keep it in a nice little FedEx package.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know how to get mad at people. Like I don't know how to I don't know when I should be mad at somebody. Like somebody obviously wronged me, and I'm just kind of like, oh no, it's fine. You know? So I'm trying to undo all of that now and realize okay, that probably isn't healthy, bro. But
no, I definitely feel that. I grew up in that way too. For a different reason. I grew up just too fucking angry.
Oh shit.
That's why I fight now because it helps
out.
with the mental health and all that shit. I needed an outlet. But the reason I would get so angry is because I wasn't allowed to show anger. So then I would blow up, and then it would be like, see, this is why we don't like you getting angry, and then that continued. And then but I know that came with a lot of struggles though, but it seemed like for you it kind of made you avoid it.
Yeah.
So when you push those feelings down, what there has to be something else that comes from it, every action has a reaction or whatnot. So
that Newton's law thing. Yeah. You're right. I don't know, man. A lot of that is such a blur because my brain's like, you don't need these memories. We're just going to hide these from you. But I don't know. I just remember I was never able to speak up or voice myself, and thus came the anxiety where it's like, okay, I made my mom upset, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I have to fix this somehow. So I was put into almost like a emotional caretaker type of vibe,
Yeah.
And so a lot of it was out of fear. I'm mad, but I'm also scared. And the scared one weighs a little heavier. So we're going to not get mad anymore, And there were points where I was I kind of imagine like a pot, and you have steam in it. You got to let the steam out a little bit. I just crack the lid real quick, close it back, So I was just able to do that in small bursts over time, which is why
didn't explode.
Right.
Okay.
Which I think I found music at a really clutch point in my life. Because, that helped. And especially when it got to a point where I could write it, that, I guess I saw it more as like, okay, I have a dream. I want to be something. I want to do this. But it was also like a coping thing. Because, I'm not the best with words all the time. But, like, sometimes certain notes I figure out and they flow together. And I can speak that language pretty fucking clearly sometimes. So, it gave me that voice I didn't have growing up when I couldn't stand up for myself necessarily. So. Yeah, if that answers your question. It probably didn't.
No, it definitely did. Yeah. So, do you still feel like you have some of that, like, built up?
Not really. Like, now I'm at a point where it's like I am working on being more assertive. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, dude, I've grown 2023, bro, has been growing pains. Like, I've had some shit force me out of the version of myself that couldn't handle the weight that I'm handling now. I lift weights for fun every day. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this as a learning experience. So, like.
Oh, okay. So you do. All right. There is something then. Because people don't just work out. Working out's not fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's not. Working out is hard work.
True.
Like, and you need to have a why, or else there's no way to consistently do it.
Have you seen, this is on topic, I promise, but have you seen Into the Spider-Verse, like the new one?
Mm-mm.
Well, okay, so are you familiar with Spider-Man?
Yes.
So you know how, like, so basically, like, it's the Miles Morales one, the black kid. So they kind of show like where all the Spider-Men from the various universes, they all have one thing in common, and that's a canon event, right? And that's basically the thing that breaks them, that I guess not makes them Spider-Man, but they all suffer a tragedy of some kind.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like a pivotal point, And I think for my canon event, like, that's where the gym came from. And that's where I was like, okay, for me to succeed in the way that I want to, I can't stay in this iOS update that I am currently. I gotta push it.
That's a bar.
And so when you have a cancer diagnosis in your family, that did it. And then, like, I had an ex move on to a new relationship. And for some reason, I was trying to get back to where we were. I was like, I'm going to see if I can fix things. But it was too late. Mm-hmm. And then next day I get a phone call, colon cancer. That sucked. That was it. That was like rock bottom. And for some reason I was like, I'm going to go to the gym. So I just kind of stuck with it. But this year definitely, like, pushed the gas pedal down further, because I'm like, okay, I've been working on the external, but it's the mental stuff that I've been running from. Because, finally, with my job, I have benefits, right? So that means that I can get therapy, right?
Oh, yeah.
And my parents still aren't therapy people. They want it to be Christian-based, right? And I'm just
Pray about it.
I want somebody to objectively look at what I tell them and respond to it that way, not under the umbrella of religion. I don't have a problem with that, but it's like, I know what I need now that I'm an adult. And
you need a heathen view.
Yeah, whatever. But I just wanted, I wanted it my way.
Yeah.
And so started that, and ADHD, makes sense. Like, I can't fucking sit still, dog. Like, and when I would try to explain that to my parents, I called my mom after I got, like, the diagnosis. You know what she said?
What?
No, you don't. To my face. She was like, no, you don't. And I was like, it should make sense, dude. Like,
Mom, doctor said I had ADHD.
School was hard. I'd only get good grades because the consequence, if I didn't get good grades, was like high. So I was like, that's why, if I have a reward, if there is a goal, then, like, yes, I can hit it. But, like, other than that, dude, it's like, pay attention. You know? And it's like, it would have made sense. So it's like, I'm not learning all of this about myself till I'm 22.
Yeah.
And then it's like, might talk to people and be like, yeah, I was on medication when I was, like, however young, or, like, I was in therapy younger. And I'm like, damn, what? Your parents, like, gave a shit about your mental health as a kid? That is crazy to me. Like,
So sometimes you got to like.
Yeah.
I was on medication when I was a kid,
Yeah.
not because my parents like necessarily gave a shit. Not to say they didn't,
Mhm.
because like they didn't really like believe in that shit. Like
Right.
for example, when I told my dad I think I had ADHD, he was
Mhm.
like, I don't think so. And then like, hey, I was like, he was like, why do you think that? I was like, I have a really hard time staying still. And he was like, stay
Yeah.
still. And I was doing it, and he was like, see. And I was like, I can do this, but like it's uncomfortable.
Very.
Like it's like an itch. Like especially now that you're telling me to do it.
Oh my god.
And but I like I said I was just getting in fights in school and shit.
Right.
So like, and I was not like disruptive, but like I would have a fuse,
Mhm.
and I'm like I was very, and I still feel like this to this day, but I feel like my fuse is it's way longer.
Yeah.
I'd have a fuse where I was just like how I am, and then things would happen that would piss me the fuck off, and I
Facts.
didn't give a fuck, and like so like my parents kind of like had to intervene because there was a point where I was just very easy. I was a crash dummy. Like if I didn't like once I didn't give a fuck, like I didn't give a fuck about me, so I didn't give a fuck about like what was happening. Like I just didn't give a fuck. Like I would take things to levels that they didn't need to go to. But like a lot of that was just like I believe me being younger, not really being able to like understand trauma and stuff like that.
True.
You know what I mean? Like maybe even if it's like depressive thoughts of I don't want to be here, blah blah blah. So then that turned into like I just don't give a fuck about like what happens or whatever, looking for fights or whatever, you know. And like because like for example, it's so weird. I realized kind of like we were talking about before, like how the part of the brain that's close to like aggression and like love and shit like that, like a part of me was like realized like I think even me liking combat sports or fighting so much was just because like I feel like I didn't get a lot of like physical human connection in like a loving way. So the only other way you get it is like fighting, but like fighting felt fulfilling to me because it was just like me and someone are having a intimate moment, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like
that was beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
That was beautiful.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But like you know, like getting older, I realized that's not the way to do it. Like you know, because like. Funny enough, as a little kid, you fight some kid and they become your friend afterwards.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys fight, then you're both in the principal office, like talking and shit. And then like I remember one time me and this kid got into a fight because he disrespected my shoes. He said something about the shoes.
Damn.
And then so we was in the principal's office fighting, and then me and him were both trying to like explain like no, like that's rude to say, like you can't like do like, and like we kind of bonded over like they don't even get it, and like we just became such good friends after that, you know what I mean?
Well, hell yeah, dude.
But like as a kid, like I think I just didn't know how to deal with that.
I mean, dude, when you're ADHD, dude, a big thing that people don't talk about much, because when you think ADHD, you think you're impulsive, you're hyper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like can be, but it's also, you know, we have problems regulating emotions.
Exactly.
That is a big part of it. And like I'm lucky to be extremely self-aware. So it's like, you know, now it's like I can catch myself when I'm like, I'm emotional, and you know, you were saying that like you would react based off of how you were feeling, which was anger at the time. So it's like that makes a lot of sense, you know, and like it's instinct, dog. It's like you don't know anything else, you know, and you know, I was similar, but with like the anxiety and the sadness part of it, because again, the anger was kind of squashed, never got to that point, but you know, I feel you. It was just different, you know. It made me timid, you know. It made me like too afraid to stand up for myself. Like somebody disrespected my shoes, I'm gonna be like, damn, he probably right. Damn, these shit's kind of whack. No cap, you know. I'm not gonna get mad, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, shit. If I get mad, then it's like, you know, it's anxiety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. On my dad's side, though, I had older siblings who would beat the shit out of me.
Oh, damn.
So, like, it made me violent because I was like, I'm getting beat up. Like, I want to beat somebody else up. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was like one of those, like, bullies get bullied type thing. But most of my fights was because people were bullying my friends, and that was just, it triggered me.
Valid.
Yeah, so
you were like a vigilante.
Vigilante, yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, I could respect that. And I think anyone like younger who can think about like a time we fought, like it probably was because on the behalf of someone else. Not the last kid I almost fought, he owed me $20. And I was really cool about it. And then I found out that he was like, he had just bought $30 worth of something from my friend.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, dog, nah.
Yikes.
You just don't care about me. That's how I felt. I took it real personal.
Bro, it's easy to do, man.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, he's just not a good friend, and I could have just like $20, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took that shit real personal.
That was an attack, man.
It felt like one.
But I get it, because at the end of the day, man, you are in control of you, and it's hard to think about the possible consequences when the emotions are so strong. Because like when we fucking feel, dog. It's so intense.
I'm glad you understand that, because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Like, and it's hard to explain, because they're like, just calm down. And it's just like, it's not even like I don't want to calm down. It's like, because, all right, my theory on it is like, when you have ADHD, people think you can't pay attention, but it's like, I just can't always choose what I'm paying attention to.
Facts.
Like, I can pay too much attention. I get obsessive over things.
Yeah.
So like, that's all I could pay attention to, because it's not like I can't pay attention to you talking. It's just like something else is happening that's just grabbing my attention.
Facts.
I look at it more like there's like a spotlight that like I'm not always controlling. If I look away, then someone's gonna fucking like move it.
Dude, you get it. You get it. Like, especially like in conversation.
Yeah.
You know how like I was watching this thing where like this dude was like, all right, when you're speaking, when you're having a conversation, are you actually listening or are you hearing? Because they're not the same thing. When somebody's speaking, are you planning out your statement that's next, or are you actually absorbing what they're saying? And so now it's like that just gave me more ammo to overthink now, because I'm like, okay, hang on, I have to listen. I'm like, okay.
And then you're
I
like,
understand.
did I listen?
Yeah, did
Fuck. You're like, I was
so
focusing on listening, so I didn't listen.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that is interesting. Honestly, that's one of the things I like about podcasting, especially with headphones, because you hear yourself the same volume you hear someone else. So like, listening becomes a little easier because it's the same as talking.
True. That does. It's harder to zone out when it's like, okay, your voice is like right here, bro. It's like, I am here.
It's like that's everything's ASMR. Like,
bro, it's kind of hype though.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
it's fun. I like when people have headphones too, because sometimes people don't want headphones. Oh my god! A couple episodes ago, my boy was hungry and he holds the mic like this. And his fucking stomach was just growling into my ear, and I was like looking over at him like, like, yo, are you good? He's like, oh. But I didn't know what it was until after. He was like, bro, my stomach. And I was like, that's what that noise was? Because I'm looking at him like, dude, what the fuck did you just say? Like, what are you doing?
Oh my god, dude, I could imagine. Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Bro, that'd be some hard metal vocals though. Just use his stomach growling.
Bro, you should do that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let me just get real hungry real quick.
Get real hungry real quick. What do you eat since you like work out and shit? Like, you be trying to like eat good, or you just be like, fuck it? Because you said last night you wanted some Taco Bell.
Bruh, and what talked me out of it, I was like, damn, I already DoorDashed a Baconator earlier. I probably shouldn't double up on the fast food. So I just had, 2 peanut butter, not peanut butter and jelly, just peanut butter. I don't know why, more protein. I just heard that was better, so I was like, okay. But recently, man, I've been big on the salad wave.
I gotta go get a salad today.
Yes, sir.
I just wrote it down on my thing. This morning I wrote with ChatGPT like things I could eat.
Yeah. Really anything with protein, chicken, rice. My carbs. Really, with me, it's eating enough. Because I'm coming from being like real skinny, but I'm also trying to stay lean. But I want to put on muscle mass. Yeah. So like, it's being in a calorie deficit, but also hitting my protein goals. Yeah. Which is hard to do, especially when eating is hard. I get full fast, whatever. But yeah, I'm just trying to be healthier with it. Like, I definitely cut down on the fast food a lot, except for yesterday. But got big into fish. I like fish now.
Pescatarian. Bro, I was watching Rogan.
Word?
Fucking Miley Cyrus was talking about how she needed to eat more fish because of her brain chemistry. People always talk about eating and what it does to your body, but they rarely ever talk about how, like, the foods, what they do to your body also affect your brain. And like, I think she wasn't having enough like omega or like zinc or something. I don't fucking know.
That makes sense.
But she needed to eat more fish. Do you ever think about, like, I'm a personal believer of it, but like, I think when I eat fast food and shit like that, I am more anxious and everything. I like literally feel like I am what I eat, and yeah. You ever feel that?
I've never done a check-in after I've eaten. Like, that's interesting.
Try it.
See, now I'm gonna start. Okay, yeah.
Like after eating, just being like, how do I feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of mental health shit with food. I don't know.
It makes sense.
Yeah, like if I'm not eating and working out right, I feel like I get into funks.
Yeah, I mean, dude, at this point, I'm just trying to do anything to, like, you know, I'm like, I haven't been to therapy in a minute, but like I started, like, you know, because I feel like I am fully capable of, like, not necessarily fixing myself, but getting myself to a point where I have complete control.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like what you eat, like what you're saying, and like what you're feeding yourself, like not even food, like what you listen to, like who you invest emotional energy into, which is hard when you're, I don't know if you've looked into attachment styles, but when you're somebody like me, that's like, I'm technically fearful avoidant, but you know, there's some anxious attachment stuff in there too. And it's like, man, I'm like, so I'm prone to like invest in the wrong people sometimes. So I'm like, you know, it's that, and like, it's a lot. And so like, you know, I listen to a lot of podcasts, fucking like, I'm just trying to feed my brain all these things, right?
Yeah.
So I can maintain being good physically, but also like, I want my head to catch up. You know, I want to be all around like pretty well.
Yeah,
I guess.
Nah, I feel that, and I feel that the attachment style too. That's definitely something that I've grown up with. Maybe and probably like, you know, only kid stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever, but that's how it is. So
that's where it starts, though, dog.
What's it? What's it like with you and chicks? You know, they stress you out.
Oh,
they
man.
goes like you know, I feel like my mental health shit be getting in the way with me and my relationships.
Yes.
My current relationship, we're good. It's going good.
Love to see
but in general, I feel like my mental health, like for example, like when I'm so ADHD, it's easy for a partner of mine to be like, you're not paying attention to me.
Dude, yes.
Where I'm like, I know I'm looking at you, and it's not that what you're saying is not important to me. Like, and it's just like, fuck, I can't even find the words, because like you are so important to me. What you say is so important to me.
We just have to be reeled back in sometimes.
I just can't, like, what I tell her is like, if you like touch my arm or something, that'll help. Like that'll help me like still be there, present.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like, because I do a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Like she'll say like for example, you know, like you ever been in a conversation, someone says a word, and then like you start singing a song that has that lyric, and then like because of that you like, you know what I mean? Like what fucking like, what's a Black Eyed Peas song?
What's a Black Eyed Peas song?
Yeah.
Didn't they do shit? Damn, I don't know off the top of my head, bro.
Okay, but like, I think it was something like "Oh My God" by Usher, right?
Yeah.
So someone's like, "Oh my God," and then in my head I'm like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Damn, that was a crazy time. Where was I first time I heard that song? I wonder what Usher's up to. Damn, that shit was crazy. And then I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm doing dance moves in my head and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm still making eye contact, and I'm like, fuck.
You're just somewhere else mentally.
Yeah.
I get it.
But I feel like when I have conversations, like podcasting helps because like, one, it helps I get better at conversing because like I'm doing it more, and two, conversations are more like flowy. You know what I mean? But to reel ourselves back in, when it comes to like chicks specifically, like, you know, dealing with like relationships, these things can get in the way,
especially when you don't know, because that's where I went wrong. Because you know, when you have ADHD, I said like emotional dysregulation, right? And then it can take you a long ass time to get over it. Like those feelings can kind of hover. And dude, like my last relationship, I didn't know, like my friends would always be like, oh, you're so ADHD, you're so ADD, whatever. And I was just kind of like, haha, you're probably right, whatever. But I didn't actually know until afterward, until it had already ended. And so like, obviously had I known, I'd been able to communicate that, and I probably would have a better relationship with my head probably. But I guess like, in the past, dog, you know, it's been like 3 years, dog. I've been like out of the game, just because I'm like, I want to reach a point of stability where I'm more secure and not anxious. Like, I don't want to be with somebody and then constantly have to know, like, do you still like me? You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get like that, and that's because like some shit happened in the past, and now I'm deathly afraid of abandonment, right? But it's making peace. Like, even if you left, the world ain't gonna end.
Yeah.
I'm still chilling. I'm still kick ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want to get to that point. Man, I'm not even gonna lie. So like, I would always tell people, like, my demographic, right? My DMs are just dudes for the most part. It's dudes like, yo, what guitar is that? What kind of amp you use? How long you been playing?
Yeah.
Until I started doing like the Skrillex, all the remixes.
Yeah.
Then there was
there
was some female
Talk
attention.
to me.
Now my DMs
Talk
get slid
to me.
into. Yeah.
Talk to me.
And it's like, you know, it's cool. But it's like, you know, I'm just Josh right now. Josh Rezz is, I kind of consider that another entity I have to tap into.
Yeah.
And it's like, when I am that guy, I am there for that purpose. And it's like, even when I'm streaming, like, some girl will call me daddy or like some crazy shit, and I'm just kind of like, whatever, move on. Like, I am here for a very specific fucking reason, right?
Oh yeah.
And you know, it's cool. Like, I get some female attention now, but like, at the end of the day, I'm on a mission. Like, I can't afford to be thrown off. Because I'm like, you know, I know that I want something that's gonna last.
Hell yeah.
Because that isn't exactly how society is rolling right now. It's kind of about go with what feels right and then move on once it doesn't. You know, I'm aware that whatever the fuck love is, man, that's something you got to work on. It's not, you know, butterflies in the stomach all the time. Like, I know what it takes to last with somebody. I just want to be the best version I can when that happens.
I feel that. Also,
You know what I'm saying?
whenever that time does come, you still want that partner who, because like you said, like, do you like me? You know, obviously you don't want to be like that at all times, but like, also you want a partner who can understand and be like, just
Facts.
give a little reassurance.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want someone who's gonna get pissed off when you ask, because now there's so much fear around that.
Right.
You want someone who, like, if you do have to ask, they're like, yes, I love you, and I'll tell you that every day. You know what I mean? Because like, at the end of the day, I think from talking to you, I think that's the kind of partner you'd be to a person, because when you have certain things that you struggle with, it just makes you more understanding to mental things in general.
Would you consider yourself like pretty empathetic?
Yeah, I would. Some people might not consider me that, because even though I'm empathetic, I feel like I've have a lot of experience with things where, like, for example, certain things that used to make me react a certain way, I will no longer react, and sometimes that's taken as like I don't care, but sometimes it's like I just have to like regulate me. Like, I'm very empathetic, but I know that especially in the past few years, people close to me can at times feel like I'm a selfish person, but it's because I kind of had to be a little bit to make sure that I was okay, because I wasn't making sure I was okay, and then I would be blowing up, you know what I mean? So when I say that, I mean, like, some people might be like, all you care about is like, you care more about training and blah blah blah, where it's like, no, like, I'll do both, but like, I just have to make sure I make enough time for both,
right?
And I might not always get it right, you know what I mean?
You got to protect your peace at the end of the day, man.
Yeah.
Understandable. Because you had brought up, like, you know, as far as like the reassurance thing, and it's like sometimes like you feel like you need that, and to not feel guilty for asking for it, and it's like, and the reason why I say is like I'm empathetic is because like I understand what it feels like if somebody needed that, or like having a need and wanting that to be met and just communicating it, because, you know, man, I'm used to not having my needs met like all the time, as far as on the emotional level, which is kind of like what I was explaining like earlier with my parents, is like I didn't feel well sought after or looked after on where my emotions were. And what's crazy is you can find yourself being attracted to people that treat you the same way, dog.
Yeah, 100%.
That shit is crazy.
And you don't even realize that you'll do it too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, I know sometimes I could be a little emotionally cold, but it's because I come from a family that's a little more emotionally cold, and I don't even mean to be. But, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, that was my environment, and that's, like, there's a concept called, like, paradigms. Yeah. These are the paradigms that I've seen, so these are the kind of things that you, like, do, you know? Because, for example, like, hypothetical, you could be in a relationship with someone, and you'll be like, you know, since your emotional needs weren't met, like, your level of emotional need meeting might be lower than someone else's. Say
Right.
their emotional needs were always met, their standard of what you need to do to meet those needs might be here, while for you, you're like, a little effort is way more than what I ever got.
Yeah.
So sometimes it might be
True.
hard to like bridge those things.
You're right.
Or sometimes you're like, this is what I want, so you'll like have a bar that's up there where this person's like, that's not what I need. So like it's harder for them to do that, and it's, but our life's confusing. Like it's all,
it is.
and that's the reason I specifically asked about chicks is because I feel like that's been, because like a lot of mental health shit stems from like parental shit or whatever, you know what I mean? So like relationships for me have always been the thing that like brought those things to my attention, you know what I mean? And I would always get into these situations where like I'd be like removed from relationships for like a year or so, and then I'd be like, I'm good, but then I realized like, fuck, I just haven't had to deal with this, and it's like it's something I'm working with, you know, because like you don't want your partners to be like your like test subjects, you know.
Yeah.
But also it's just
sure.
like literally like without this role being met in my life, like I just have no reason to think about this thing. Like when you're not when you don't have anyone around that you're attaching yourself to, you might feel like I don't have an unhealthy attachment style because you're just not attached to someone.
Exactly.
And then
Facts.
you give yourself the
Facts.
ability to, and then you're like, ah, fuck.
Dude,
this is
facts.
this is there.
It's wild how the universe has its way of forcing things out of you if you're unwilling to do it yourself.
Yep.
And that's something I'm learning. Like that's why I'm big on the wave, because like, you know, I've been looking a lot into like rejection sensitivity, right? Like being told no, or certain things, like somebody doesn't feel the same way as you. Especially when you have ADHD, dog, bro, it's like world ending.
Especially like I
worse.
could see that in a band, like you doing creative things with people and needing to like agree.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, you come to the band with an idea, and they're like, eh, and I'm like, damn, I put my fucking soul into that, dude. Like what? Or like I post a video and it doesn't pop off, then I'm like, damn, am I like really good at this? Like people don't like me anymore. I'm shadow banned. I've reached my peak.
Bro, I know
like,
that feeling. I'm
know what
shadow
I'm
banned. Oh my god, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, and you know, you had brought up chicks, and what happens to me is like, you know, I get ghosted a lot, right? When I'm not discovered in the context of what I do online, because honestly, I try not to talk about it, because you know, some potential partners have found that threatening because they just assume I'm some type of way because I have followers. And there was an instance where like I was at this restaurant, you know, I was with my homeboy. We had just left the gym. We was looking kind of juicy, like the pump hadn't worn off yet. And the waitress, you know, gave us our checks, then kind of sped off, right? I was like, weird, whatever. Looked in it, number on it, right? I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Never happened before, right? I'm like, this is new. Hell yeah, right? We exchanged like maybe like 3 messages, ghosted, right? No answer, right? I
You
mean,
texted her that night.
yeah, you know, I had to wait a little bit. I gotta play it cool, right? But you know, and I'm like, she on the clock, you know, I'm gonna wait, do my thing. But you know, it didn't go anywhere. You know, it just kind of was like, hey, how you doing? Hey, handsome, whatever, you know. And then it at a certain point, about 2 messages later, just didn't answer anymore, and I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. Like, damn, you know, I was on top of the world.
Why'd you give me that?
I was on top of the world for like 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is like, it's knowing my worth outside of music and guitar, because you know, I kind of went through a period at one point where I was just like, damn, like, dude, people only give a shit about me because of like what I'm capable of musically.
Yeah.
And if you take guitar away from me, what's left? And when somebody who doesn't know anything about me, not shit, right, was still like, I'm interested in you, just gave me a little glimpse, right? Bro, I took that shit hard, dog. It really wasn't, it's not that deep. I know that now. But like, at the time, I'm like, damn, man. You know, I felt like I was, you know, fuck, man. I felt like a whole lot without music. I didn't need to use that as a sales pitch.
Well, if you think about it, because people being attracted to success is one thing, but also like skills are attractive, and it is nice to have skills. And like the person who was interested in you, they weren't interested in you, they just thought you were attractive.
Valid.
So it's almost worse. It's almost like they just objectified you. They were like, I don't give a fuck if you got a talent. You're a piece of meat. And then you were like, hey, I have personality. And they're like, they just want attraction. Which is like, you know, I feel, not to say that it's good to like get groupies or whatever. Because like when success is attractive, that's not good. But I feel like you should have a lot of pride in what you're good at. Not to say that that should be the reason someone's with you at all, by any means. But I used to have that fear of, but I understand that, because you also are like, you know, as your stuff's blowing up. Like, I personally feel like, yo, if you're not here before the blow up, I don't know. It's gonna just be weird. You know what I mean?
Pay it to the OGs.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. But also, so growing up, man, I feel like with chicks, there's definitely a fucking. There's ways to do things. Yeah. You know, I used to, and this is weird. This is honestly, this is me coming from like my last 4 or 5 years of experience, right? Younger me, like, actually, I used to have like all like girl like friends. I had dude friends too, but like I was just hanging out with them so much, you know, like lived with them type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I just really started learning about chicks, and I was like, oh my god, like dudes are the same.
He was taking notes.
No, well, not even taking notes, bro. Just like realizing like certain shit that I would be going through with like my mom, like just, or like my grandma, like the way they would like handle situations or react, or like their tones, or like blah blah blah. You know, I'd be like, what the fuck? And then like once you like, when you're like friends with girls, there's like, all right, so there's levels to being friends with girls. They're gonna be like the perfect person around you, because when you're still a guy, but like they're still like, oh, this is my friend, you know what I mean? But then they're gonna kind of like loosen up, and then you're gonna get to a section where you're like almost like one of the girls, you know what I mean? They're just so comfortable around you. And then there's level of like, you're like, I'm so close to you because you're like one of the girls almost, but you're not a girl, you're a guy, and I have XY feelings about guys, and you get this attitude about certain things, like, you know, like for example, like I feel like you're like, all right, have you had a lot of female friends?
Yes.
I've never had a male friend be as like rude to me as a female friend would be.
Yeah.
Just because like the dynamic would be different, you know what I mean? Like one of your boys not gonna disrespect you because it's like, bro, you trying to scrap, like, you feel me? But a girl would say some slick shit because it's just like, I'm a girl. I can say slick shit. And after, that's like that, I say that's like that 3-year mark of like friendship or whatever.
Valid.
But yeah, man, it's weird. I used to literally, like, when people would be like, oh, women are like blah blah blah, I'd be like, this is fucking dumb, you're dumb. And now I get older and I'm like, oh, sometimes they do feel like, they do feel a little like that, you know what I mean?
See, we're kind of the opposite in that regard, because like, you know, I love all my homies, but like typically like with my female friends or female presenting friends, like just in general, it's usually because I have my squad, I have my boys, and usually it's one of them becoming one of the boys, you know, instead of, you know, the other way, kind of like what you were mentioning, just because like I hate that it's this way, you know. I'm not conceited, but it's like my squad kind of like a lot of it revolves around me, because it's like they all know what I do. You know, I have a lot of people in my life, but it's like I don't have very many like friends, like my core people, right? So usually like when a female's in the mix and it's like our dynamic is just friendship, they usually kind of begin to hover with my inner circle, which is mostly dudes. So I haven't really gone the other way where I'm in like a more feminine dynamic with them.
I like the ratio the other way.
How so?
I was like, like there be more chicks than dudes, man. It's easier. Not easier, but it's just like one, like I said, like I grew up like more violent, so like when there's like a lot of dudes around, I'm like, I hope y'all are chill, but I'm a little more on edge. That's so fair. Like when there's more chicks around, like I'm a little more calm.
That makes sense.
And so like if like I'm setting up a function, you know, like if there's a social gathering, I'm gonna try to keep the ratio well. And also I like, men are weird, bro.
You're fucking right.
As much as I'm like, women are a certain way, dudes are weird, and I realize it. And you like men are men, you know what I mean? But like some men don't have the control of like what it is to be a man, you know what I mean? So like even me personally, like I don't like bringing shorties around when there's not enough girls around. I'm just kind of like, nah, I don't. That's fair. I don't like you being outnumbered. Like I don't know. So I try to keep the ratio the other way.
I get it. That makes sense.
I'll bring a shorty around the homies. But the homies got to be bringing shorties around too. Like if the homies not bringing no shorties around, I don't know. We'll have a talk. It depends on why.
Fair. Also, could depend on the homie. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I don't. You know, there's trust levels. You kind of have to know how they are. Cause yeah, like dudes be wildin'. They do.
They be
You're
out
right.
of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Like straight out of pocket.
Facts.
And not even like, and you'll never know it until the shorty's around.
Facts.
Because they're just a dude and around dudes, and then they're like, oh, girl. Sometimes
Yeah.
they don't know how to act, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But some girls are wild too, you know?
Yeah.
Because like what I'm saying is like with the ratio being the other way, more girls and guys, sometimes I've seen girls fight about the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
And I think it was because one time I went too far on a ratio.
Oh shit.
My boy was like, yo, you could throw a party at my crib. And I was like, word? He was like, yeah, his girlfriend was there. And then, so like he's there with his girl, you know what I mean? I'm throwing the party. I told like 4 of my boys, 5, 6 maybe. I don't know. We got like 15 chicks there.
Yeah.
It's fucking lit. They're fucking like having fun, being girls, shit like that. Me and the boys having a good time, chilling with everybody. This kid whose house it was, his girlfriend's not fucking with it. And she's like, why'd you bring all these fucking whores to this house? And I was just like, oh my god.
Oh damn.
Please don't call them that. Like, you can't say this out. And then like they started going at it. I've had. There's a lot of chicks that just fucking go at it. I don't know. That when I say like there's
That's
certain
wild.
things where like shorties are like some shorties are malicious too, like
Yeah.
with dudes. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
and like shorties will try to get in between like friends sometimes. Not all of them. There's a lot of shorties who are not like that.
Yeah.
But like when you think about anything in life, the people who are doing it the right way, or the best way, are the 1%. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have the majority of people doing like out of pocket shit,
Out-of-pocket shit,
just like
that's right.
guys. So shorties be having their out of pocket shit that I just did not know about until like my recent years of life. I feel like when I was younger, I wasn't close enough to girls to really get it. But then as I got older and started being like more friends with them, working with them, and blah blah blah, like, you know, dating more and all this shit,
Yeah.
I just started realizing like, oh my god, you guys got your shit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because there's always gonna be girls who like to hang out with guys more because they're like, it's just easier.
Yeah.
But like, usually that girl is also a part of the problem.
Potentially, yeah.
That's why it's easier.
I've met both. I've met the ones that are like, they have good intentions and they mean
Good
that,
intentions,
you know.
but it's not always for their fault. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like just how dudes just be head ass sometimes.
Yeah.
Not on
Yeah.
purpose. You know what I
Right.
mean? You might try to do some strong shit because you feeling strong. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, that's just what you want that day.
Yeah.
And like some girls like, he's fucking dickhead. Why is he acting
Right.
like that? You know what I mean? And then some guy might be like, why he trying to be strong and feel intimidated by you, but you feeling strong. So now you guys got some dude shit going on.
Some
and then
dude shit.
women could be like, oh, men. And you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
So it's just like,
yeah.
people be doing. I used to think people were so. Even though we're all individuals,
Yeah.
I feel like we're all so similar.
Yes. It depends on like what day you catch somebody on, you feel me? Like you just never know. And it's like, yeah, you do find patterns and like, you know, I don't know if you're a person that like reads people, you know, like, you know, like sitting here talking, I'm like, all right, I'm gauging how much eye contact we have, body language, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm running all these calculations, right? And it's like some people are harder to read than others. Like some people just will, with the out of pocket shit, unpredictable as hell. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm like, yo, what?
Yo,
Because I try to be prepared for literally any situation before it happens.
Hell
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So like, I try to position myself around like consistent-ish people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where it's like, all right, when we vibe, we vibe. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? As far as like the shawties and like the parties and stuff, like I'm not much of a partier, dude.
fuck the party.
I'm too
shorties.
afraid I'm gonna like die in some really dramatic way.
Yeah,
And
I feel
then
that.
it turns into a unsolved murder documentary.
Like
and
you
then-
went on a you went to someone's lake house.
Yeah, and I just went out and nobody can find me. I just kind of died. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I get my own documentary 20 years later, like, we can't find him, cuz.
You can't find it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro was right here, and I don't know
know where he
what the fuck
went.
happened, dog. Yo, could
know what
I
I'm
do
saying?
could I do a game show with you? Not
Yeah.
right now. I mean, in general, theorizing. Like,
Yeah.
could we do a thing where we maybe like I get like a bunch of chicks online, not online, but like we just do some sort of like you don't actually have to date one of them,
Bro,
but like we
like
make
some
them
Love is
do,
Blind shit?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like, and it'll probably just be like a day in the park. Like we make them do like fucking hopscotch or something.
Do hops. So is this like a social experiment?
Nah. Just like I think it'd be fun. I feel like it'd be cool. You seem like a good guy. I've
Yeah.
tried it with one of my boys before a long time ago, but just like putting him on a blind date. I think it'd be a fun thing to do.
Shit.
Not a social experiment like fucking with no one, or anything
Yeah.
like that. Trying to see reactions. I think it'd just be cool. You know what I mean?
Hell
We'll
yeah,
make you
dude.
like a little dating profile. And then we get
let's
like
go.
some cool content. You get some cool content out of it.
Hey,
It'd
bro,
be
I'm with it.
fucking crazy if you meet the love of your life doing this shit.
Dude, that'd
but
be so goddamn funny.
that would
like,
be
huh?
fucking awesome.
Would you look at that?
Hell yeah, I gotta go to the wedding if that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. Like, what? Get your own like VIP section. Like, yo, I put them on.
That's
That
funny
was
as
me.
fuck, bro. Look, man, I really appreciate you coming on today. You fucking won. You got the longest podcast
Let's
to
go.
date right now, and we could keep going. I could already tell.
Oh,
So this is fucking awesome.
Perhaps a part two.
No, definitely a part 2. And
Let's
we're
get
gonna
it.
talk a little bit more about that off camera, because
Yeah.
you guys know some stuff's coming. All right, love you guys.